Got a rodeo scholarship, and I went down there and team roped, which is basically the only teamed event in rodeo where both partners will actually pay an entry fee, and there's a header and a heeler. You have to rope your steer, and the fastest time wins. It's just a quick 5 or 6 second run, but it's an addiction, and it's basically a legal drug is what it is. Whether it's the Arctic Cat snowmobiles that we ride all winter long, or the Featherlight horse trailers that we use going to the rodeos, everything that we have here we use all the time. If you love what you're doing, you're never working. So.
My parents did help me out with that first bike, but after that it was my responsibility. If I want a new bike, I got to sell mine and buy my next one. So heck, I've probably been selling their bikes since I was like 12 years old. And then after that, I would have to drag my parents up the Royal Mountain to understand what racing was. And for 2 straight years of absolutely knots, my parents ended up falling in love with it just as much as I did. Oh boy. Pretty cliche, but I mean, you don't really think about anything. You just kind of do it. As far as racing, I did like the competitive aspect of it. It's something you could continuously see yourself get better at. I mean, as far as going out on the streets, it's just a blast. You don't really think about anything. Throw a Bluetooth set on and just go for a cruise. And I'm not just an average salesman. I'm doing this because it's a hobby of mine too. I want you to have just as much fun as I do.
As a kid, my dad had a motorcycle repair shop in our garage. What else could I do, really? Yeah. My dad was an enthusiast. He had my brother and sister riding. Even my mom rode. Back in the day, we all had Honda SL70s, We had a wooden utility trailer. We'd load them up, and we could ride from our house, but we'd load up on the weekends and go to my grandfather's, who had a big farm over in Vermont. We'd ride there, or he'd like to go explore. We'd go over to these power lines, and the whole family would go out. I do a lot of riding, no more racing. I don't bounce as good as I used to, but feeling of freedom, for many of us it's the closest thing to flying we'll ever experience. You're one with the bike. You can do things that you can't imagine, without a bike. So that's the thing about it, the feeling of freedom, for sure. Once they try it, they're hooked. You don't talk to too many people who say, yeah, I tried that, it wasn't for me. I'm going back to fly fishing.